Hello fellow subscribers and YouTubers. Like that intro? That is my new intro for my War Thunder Ground Forces from now onwards. So if you liked it, please comment and share below. Now, on to the video. Hello my followers of YouTube. Dirty Oz coming back to you with a War Thunder tank review. So, today I'm going to be looking at the F2. Panzerkampfwagen-IV-F2 by the Germans in War Thunder Ground Forces. So, as you can see, this tank is a big ass motherfucking tank. It has a long ass L-43 cannon, which if you compare it to any of my other tanks that I have a lineup at the moment, they don't really have the same cannon apart from the Stug. The Stug has the same cannon as the Panzer-IV-F2, so that means it does take the same rounds. So I'm going to start off after that with a tour of the tank. As you can see, German design in World War II, it was all about the frontal armour. The frontal armour was what the Germans paid attention to the most. Now, before I go on, if any of this is incorrect, I'm not a history buff. I don't know a lot about tanks. I know the basics, but I don't know everything. So if what I say something's wrong, I apologize, and I'm sure someone with a little bit more history down in the comments eventually someday in the future will correct my mistakes. So anyway, back to the tank. The frontal armor. Germans in World War II, they basically paid more attention to the front. They basically didn't worry about angling their armor. As you can see, they just put more armor in the front. As you can see with this tank, they got more plating as they went along, but the F2 has just got 50 mils as it says there, and then 30 on the sides and 30 at the back. This tank, from what I have been playing it for a while now, it gets insta-popped if you hit it about here. If you hit it here, the ammo's just down inside of here, I've noticed, and you hit it there with a strong, good round from any tier 2 tank, especially a tier 3 tank, because this does get into tier 3 battles, since it's got a 3.7 battle rating. Hitting it there will normally blow your turret off, setting your ammo, and you just dying, and that will frustrate the living fuck out of you, because it does for me. On the front, everything's fine if it hits this plate, hits the turret, everything's fine. Hits here, normally goes straight through, comes straight through the back, knocks a couple of crew members out, hits the engine, sets you on fire. And if they know that the first time it's going to work, most people know they're going to hit there a second time and it's going to set you on fire. This tank does 43 kilometers an hour. I could go through and just repeat everything that's up here, but that's time consuming and it's repetitive. So if you want to see the stats, I'll try get them up into the sky like that. Pause the video and just have a look. I'm going to now go a quick skim over the modifications for this tank, as I've unlocked everything for it, as you can see. First, you start off with the Panzer GR39 shells. Now, these shells aren't bad if you're in a tier 2 game, but if you're in a tier 3 game, they can be a little bit crap. A little bit crap. They can be pretty crap. And they can get you by for the start, but they're pretty crap. The Panzer IV GR40, I don't know why I said Panzer IV, guess I'm thinking about the tank still. They do a lot. 150, 140, 120. I don't engage anything past 1,000 meters because that's just not how I roll. I tend to be more inaccurate. I normally get into the 500 to 100 meter distance, so 120 to 140 is pretty good. We'll penetrate a KV1 straight on, we'll penetrate a KV2, so you basically can go up against tier 3 tanks with this, like a Jagdpanzer, Su-75, 75, 85, and you don't have a problem with penetrating them. I've knocked a couple of Su-122s out with this tank in one shot, so it is from front on, so it is good. The process that I would take to make sure this tank stays in the battlefield longer, I would get parts extinguisher. And this is not just with this tank, this is with every tank. I reckon you gotta get parts and extinguishers. Because if you don't have parts and say your horizontal drive gets knocked the fuck out, your turret can't move and you won't be able to do anything. If you get set on fire, well, that's pretty... just explains itself. You're just going to blow up. If your ammo goes off, your crew members will die, and yeah, your tank's just going to boom. So getting that is crucial. Then, what would I get next, you may say? Well, I'd actually get the adjustment fire. The adjustment fire makes the gun even more insanely accurate than it already is. So grab that. Then grab the suspension, because if you run over little bumps in this tank, you will blow the fuck out of your tracks. I have done it heaps, and it is annoying, especially on the Germans. I haven't done it on the Russians. I don't know what's with the Russian tracks, but going over little hills and little bumps in the German tracks seems to track them, and I have to spend at least 20 seconds sitting there fixing my tracks. Then after that, I of course would get torrent drive, make the torrent even faster than it already is, tracks, braking, then get the ammo, then get the fitters, then get the mechanical stuff. I wouldn't get the artillery. If I had a choice, I wouldn't even bother. I know I can uninstall it, but it does annoy people. But that would be the last thing on any tank if you have artillery to research. Engine, as I said, if you get hit down in this front plate here, it's going to go straight through and set your engine on fire. Or you get hit here in the side, it's going to go through. You get hit in the back, it's going to go through. Your engine's just going to go. So getting a better engine so it can sustain a little bit more, not too much, but like decreases it going on fire a little bit more. Alright, I believe I've covered everything for the tank. Apart from, the shells, you get armor piercing, it's the same 80 mils, and you get those, you get high explosive, bloody blah blah, you got the cannon and whatnot, so I've covered everything here. I will go over my crew. You don't have to have the same crew as me, but as you'll see in my gameplays, having a better crew, like my leveled crew, where I've mainly put the driver, the gunner, and the loader up first, out of everything. Yeah, and you may notice my keen vision isn't up, but it's because I don't engage tanks more than 600 to 0 meters away. If a tank's more than that far away, I don't bother. Yeah, they can shoot at me, but I just don't bother. So yes, enough of my yip yap. I will show you some gameplay. I'm going to take a shot at this Panzer II-F. No, I'm not going to take a shot at the Panzer II-F. I'm going to shoot the AA, which for some reason gives me a win streak of 9. Now, I'm going to shoot a T-34 in a minute, and I'm going to set him on fire. He is set on fire, and that's at 0.55 kilometers away. So it's roughly 120 to 140 mils. My third shot that I put into him will kill him, as you were about to see. There we go, killed him. Now on a 10 kill streak with this tank. Yes, I know I shot an AA and it doesn't really count, so I'd say 9. But I only started recording now, and I am sitting up here, nowhere near the cap circle, for some odd reason. Don't know why I'm up here. Me and my mate were just camping at the time, getting some kills. But the point of this is to show you the range of this gun. So far I've knocked a person out at 0.55 kilometers. Now you're going to see what happens when you get shot by an Su-76 to the engine. Take a guess. Just take a guess. If you answered ammo load burned down, you would be correct and you deserve 100 points. But you could argue that I wasn't facing him and yada yada yada, whatever. Now you're going to see the terrible going uphill drive for the tank as it goes up the hill at 2 kilometers. You're also going to see me shoot at some T-34s at close range. Doesn't mean I'm going to kill them, but what I do in the tank is what you can do. Now, I am going -2 down the hill, as you can see. That's because I'm having trouble punching the engine up the hill. And yes, I have the upgraded engine. My mate's gonna, insta-pop that tank, and I'm gonna go around and shoot this tank. I'm gonna slide around the corner, pop one up his ass, does nothing. This gun is very unpredictable. Like, I got nothing there, but I'm gonna get something here. Critically hit him up the Stug up the arse. The Stug doesn't have a fire extinguisher, so he's gonna die. Then I hit this guy. Again, nothing happens. The gun likes to take turns in what it wants to do with you. I quickly hit him. Yes, it comes down to where you aim and whatnot, but as you saw earlier, I hit a guy at 0.55 kilometers away and killed him, just like I burnt those 2 people down and got a double strike. Now, this is when you don't want your tank in front of a Stug-F like this. But lucky my mate saves my ass. From me being tracked, I now have to repair my tracks. So in conclusion, the Panzer-IV-F2 is a really good tank. For a tier 2 tank with a battle rating of 3.7, it can hold its weight by having a really good gun, really good punchy gun, but falls back with having easy ammo bursts, easy engine fires, a boxy-like tank, and it's just a shoot me here, blow me up sort of tank. But if you can swing that gun around and actually do something and hit the people first, you stand a chance. So this is Dirty Oz with a review about the F2. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, and share, as that would help a lot. And I hope to see you guys in my next one. Ciao for now!